Welcome to Nico Cosmica. This is a frequency forecast for January 13th, 2024. And let's get into the read. We have the Three of Swords. You might be coming out of grief or possibly out of surgery or a loved one. This is leaning towards grief because of the Two of Cups, a relationship that you've now gotten into or are recovering from that was really unusual. It fell under judgment and it's done. That was fast. Why was it done? So a lack of romantic options. Someone was a shapeshifter, used their intuition, got out of it. The card just dropped. Let's see what we got. Possibly a lack of compatibility sexually, but someone might have also been two-faced or not showing their real self. We have a Nine of Swords, so it wasn't something that was on your radar. Somebody didn't want to retire. They didn't want to give up some bad habits, it looks like. Maybe a player. And the partner found out something. There was a celebration. Some kind of change in the Wheel of Fortune. What did they find out? It wasn't so much that there was a sudden event. Someone didn't want to take risks. What were they doing? They didn't want a family. They were juggling. So that would echo the Three of Swords energy from the beginning of the read. They were juggling two people, and one individual might have been finding out online or on a phone, asking questions, found out about the third person, and it wasn't an explosive end. It was sort of like, just, this is reality, I'm not changing. And that was the end of the relationship. So that's the narrative for today. Let's get some energy. Pay attention to the red flags. Someone wasn't doing that. There was a lack of trust. So sometimes if you get with a player, there are people who, my dad was one. He was married, but still kind of in his player energy. And then he married my last stepmom, and she had to ride out a lot. And then he became like really dependent on her and close and didn't want to go out and do that stuff. And she was like his best friend. They did everything together. But he sort of had to get this player energy out of his system. And that doesn't mean he wasn't in a relationship at the same time. He was. But they had understandings, it seemed like, or sounded like. And she just kind of went along and rode it out. There's people who can do that. If you're not one, then obviously there's not going to be trust and it's going to erode the relationship. And this wasn't a soulmate anyway. Could have been a soul lesson. And you're calling in your true soulmate. So it's a matter of time. But in the meantime, get healthy. Get over this situation. Because you know, it's kind of looking like you have some toxic energy around you about this. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, you really need to beef up your protection. This person could have gotten around your barriers because you thought they were the one and only. And the energy right now is breaking free from this cycle and from this person. And specifically from any obsessions you're having about this person. Let's see what we have in the Lenormand. My usual reading warning is that I don't read Lenormand in the usual way. This is really interesting to me. Because in previous readings, we've had this lion energy who wants a crown from a Queen of Cups. And here we have the lion. We have the Six of Diamonds energy. In the Lenormand, it's saying there's going to be some bad news, so brace yourself. But we have that lion. The lion might have died. There's a 6 on the lion. This is the number 6. It's coffin. Let's see. I'm not going to predict death on these. It might have been something in the past. It might be the person you're breaking away from is this lion. It looks like we have now the 6 of Hearts or 6 of Cups, second 6 on the board. It's in reverse. The house is in reverse. Wow. We also have the mouse. So there's a situation possibly where this person died and was supposed to leave a house to someone and didn't, and no one's talking about it. But there's good luck somewhere. Who is this good luck for? I can't ask that yet. I got to get the tarot for that. But what is the good luck about? someone's been watching. Someone watched this whole situation and knows the skinny. Somebody knows what was supposed to happen. I keep getting the Joker card. I should take those out, but it means something. So there's good health indicated. That's in general. Before the narrative, someone was from the family. Someone was either watching this family or someone from the family was watching. They know the truth. They know the truth about the whole thing. They know the truth about a star being taken or diminished. They know about someone's second sight, or they know about, so a star and the moon, they might know about someone being extraterrestrial. They might know about secrets that were done or agreements made in the dark. They might know about diminishing someone's shine. And that's really what it's looking like. Dude, we had our Queen of Cups who had all these people trying to take from her and do her dirty, both figuratively and literally probably. And here she is. Bam. When she was 18 years old, and this may have been an agreement made with a mother and father. There's 2 people indicated here, 2 of diamonds. Could have been she lost these people when she was 2 years old, so she doesn't have any memory of them. It could be that she was left 2 specific houses. Also indicated here are eyes, so our 2 eyes. When she was 18 years old, there was some sort of agreement made, or she was supposed to inherit something at 18 years old that she didn't. Now, in my own stories, in my books, a lot of stuff happens to me at 17. And if I was reading this for myself, I'd say because they didn't want me getting something at 18. So they attacked at 17, right before 18, so that I couldn't inherit. And that's how I'm reading it through my lens. It's saying when this lady was 18, she was supposed to inherit something and somebody took it from her. But, and we also have 33 on here. So the person who left it to her or took it, and we have 2 5s. The person who took it could have been a master mason. It's hard to say. The person who took it or left it to her could have been a master mason from the Freemasons. But there's 2 5s, multiple 6s on here, and definitely about a woman who was 18. So we're not talking about it was not left to a masculine. It was left to a female when she was 18 years old, and she didn't get it. What else do we got from this deck? Let's see. Well, now I'm confused, because where we got the woman, we now got the man. So the woman was supposed to inherit at 18. The man, her counterpart, her true counterpart, was supposed to inherit at 19. And he probably didn't get his either. But we can read this several ways. We have an anchor card in reverse. So both of them are kind of, I can talk from my situation. Like, if you've been the person in your family who's always in an apartment when everyone else is in a house, sometimes it's bad luck, sometimes it's lifestyle choice, and sometimes it's design, meaning somebody made that happen. And it looks like this man and this woman, whether they're together or they're not, they're the 2 who are not. And it looks like they were also left stocks. It looks like these are the 2 who don't have the stability. They don't have an anchor. And it looks like they're not greedy people. So who took it from them? Do we have any indication? No one's talking about it. Come on, who was it? Sometimes the cards won't either, because people can put spiritual blocks on information. It's really weird. It'll eventually come out, but lilies, they're still living happy lives, but it's a thief because it's indicating immorality. I'm going to be maybe a step parent, a stepmother. It's a bride of somebody. Let's see. Stork. Like a stepmother who had other children who died. maybe her children. Yeah, she was a snake. And so were her kids. Her kids were foxes. She was trying to be slick. She might have even married this guy just for that. But either a brother and a sister, a husband and a wife, or two divine counterparts, two people who were supposed to be together, got asked out. And this might be a brother and sister. Because it looks like, if I go back, it looks like they're good, good people. They don't have any anchor. But they're both twos. So we have 2 hearts and 2 of diamonds. And they're looking away from each other. So it doesn't look like it's a married couple. If it was a married couple, they've since divorced. But how I would read this is either divine counterparts who have been kept apart consciously, and each one's been kind of mirroring the other one, going on a similar journey, or it's a brother and sister who have been divided. So they lived apart, were raised apart, and don't talk. And both of these people were supposed to inherit something different, but it looks like maybe a house each when they were 18 and 19 years old. And it looks like there's possibly a stepmother, I'm not going to say for sure, who had a child or has 2 children, who got sneaky when someone died and became the fox. Like they may have gotten married on purpose to take from these 2 kids. Maybe a stepmother left something and her kids took it. It could have been that the father died and the new stepmother and her children stole. But it looks like they stole a house, at least one house, and stocks and bonds. And nobody's talking about it. And it's because somebody benefited. Now these people, it doesn't look like the brother and sister or divine counterparts are hurting per se, but they're the people who don't have anchors. And everybody else has security. Everybody else has these typical lives of wealth or security or permanence or a place. And these 2 don't. And so, it could, if it's a brother and sister, they don't have security. They're kind of in apartments or something that's more temporary. Somebody else owns their property. It's hard to say, but if they're divine counterparts, they're mirroring each other. And it looks like the people who stole from them are going against fate. And they're about to be put on ice. This could be that they're going to face stagnation as people, or it could be literal ice. They're going to die. I'm not predicting death, but they're getting released from something. Something from the past. Could be the covenant. And they're getting trapped in something else. But it's Hanged Man reverse. What are they getting trapped in? Not being out in the cold financially. So they're still going to feel like they won. They're going to be stolen from. They're not going to have any romantic opportunities where there's a third party trying to steal something. All their defenses are going to be gone. And they're going to lose that legacy. And they're not getting any money back. So at first, it looks like this is a narrative over time. Or it's already happened. One of the 2. But it looks like what's going to happen is the people who stole are initially not going to be out in the cold. They feel like they won. They have 5 pentacles are in reverse. So bam, they've won. But what is going to happen is they're going to lose their romantic opportunities. They're going to lose their financial opportunities. And they're not going to get them back. So it looks like it's, death by 10,000 paper cuts. It's just going to be this slow process rather than a tower event that would point to them, oh, this is revenge or this is karma or anything. It's just going to be like, oh, when it catches up with them, it's going to hurt. It's time to take action. A fiery climax approaches, and both of these are Aries. So we might be looking at like an April event. Your commitment is being tested, but luck is on your side. And you've got to resolve this past issue. This card says don't let your past hold you back, but it looks like your past is what's holding you back. So let's see if there's a person indicated. There's boredom and love for these people coming. They're not going to be fighting. They're, like I said, it's just going to be like a slow drip. But I have not seen yet. Who are they after? Can I get a card, please? There's a Queen of Pentacles in reverse who's involved. She was the wife, so she might be an earth sign. She was, when she met the male, she didn't have any money, and that put an end to this. Who are they after, though? Anyway. She's trying now to get with a King of Wands. She wants a fire sign. So it might have been that her husband died. It is not for her. She tried to take things that do not belong to her. Period. All of it. She doesn't believe in these things. She's very pragmatic. She feels she's in the right. And she's between worlds. She's on her way out. She's dying. She just doesn't know it. She doesn't have a knowledge about it. She doesn't have a deep knowing because she doesn't know. Nobody, and there's no indication for her that she's dying. Kundalini rising. This is not about sex. This is about legacy. This is sacred divinity, and it says 2 paths ahead. I think it's about this male and this female merging, because soul fragments, bringing back in your person, bringing back in your, I don't call them twin flames or whatever. It's just the person that you're supposed to be with on this path, because that's your fate. And these people, these humans who felt, yeah, there's a celestial gatekeeper. These humans felt that they were God. They felt that they deserved what belonged to these young people, that they either got, they felt it was retribution against God for not being given these blessings. They felt these children didn't deserve these blessings. They felt it was easy money, an easy way to have security. And they went against fate. They went against what they deserved. They went against what was theirs. And they tried to play God, and now they're going to get checked by this celestial gatekeeper. Whether you believe in it or not, something is going to happen to counterbalance their machinations. And what they did was they stole. They were thieves, common thieves, if not worse. They could have been grifters who plotted this and targeted people who had children with gifts, targeted people who had inheritances coming. That happens. There's people in New York who will look at obituaries to find apartments. If people are willing to do that, they're willing to do pretty much anything to get what they need or want. And there is a celestial gatekeeper about to come kick their ass. And one of the ways that this is happening is this older female, who it looks like from the cards was a stepmother, is dying. She has either died and her, there's 2 stories. Either she is dying and doesn't know it, and she thinks she's left everything to her 2 children, but that's about to unravel, or she died and her children did shady stuff, and that's about to unravel. But whatever this is, the woman and man that they went against as children are about to see some kind of come up. And this is one of faith, because after this long or this many dirty hands have been in it, you don't see how it can unravel, but stranger things happen. That's the frequency for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and keep on shining.